The following segment is sponsored by Parents Empowered. It's graduation season, and while it's important to make sure your seniors graduating from high school have alcohol-free activities to enjoy, it's also very important to focus on elementary school graduations. Heidi from the Utah Department of Health and Human Services is here to share how we as parents can have these conversations with our kids. Heidi, great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Great to see you, Carrie. Thanks for having me.
Well, this is a very important topic. So why is now a good time to talk to our kids about not underage drinking?
Well, like you indicated, graduation season is upon us, right? And while we want to make sure that our parties and social activities are free from alcohol, we really want to focus too on our younger kids and remember those kids in elementary and junior high school and graduation season for them and what they need in terms of preventing underage drinking.
Sure. Okay, let's talk about the data. What data is out there to help families understand the harms of alcohol to a child's developing brain?
Yeah, well, something we really want to hit home is that this is a conversation that we need to have as parents way before we typically think that we need to.
Yeah.
Typically when we think alcohol, we assume that we're talking kids are going to have to make a decision about that, say in high school. But what our data shows is that kids are drinking as young as 6th grade, and the American Academy of Pediatrics actually recommends talking to your kids about alcohol as early as age 9.
As age 9. I know you and I were talking a little bit earlier, and I was just shocked at that, but it makes sense that we want to start early. So when are kids at a higher risk to start drinking? Is it at 6th grade about?
Yeah, you know, one of the risk factors that we know is very real, that science shows us, is that when kids are in a time of transition, okay? And that's why this is a great time as we're talking about graduation. Graduation is a time of transition, especially for those elementary kiddos heading into middle school, and that's often, you know, up in elementary school, they often have a perception that's negative towards drinking, and in late elementary, early junior high school, some of those perceptions start to shift. So it's extra important for us to be aware as parents that we're setting really clear rules against no underage drinking.
Absolutely. What conversations do we have? Where do we start?
Yeah, well, the first thing I'd really encourage parents is to understand that having a good relationship with your child is really paramount to prevention. And a couple things to point out with, we want to have fun with our kids, we want to spend time in their world, but also it's a great time to think about what skills does your child need to learn that maybe they don't know. Maybe take some time this summer to teach them how to mow a lawn or how to use a barbecue, or even your youngsters how to help you make something in the kitchen.
Just really bond with them, I imagine. And then what about having regular conversations, Heidi, year-round?
Yeah, year-round conversations. We want to make sure we know this isn't a one and done. Keep that conversation up about how alcohol can impede them from reaching some of their goals in the future. So have that conversation consistently, set those clear rules, and let them know that you're with them all the way along this journey of life.
Absolutely, you're right there with them. Well, if you want more tips, you can always go to parentsempowered.org. Heidi, thank you so much for all the information. Great to see you.
Thank you, Carrie.